On June 6, 2023, Iran announced that it had developed its first indigenous hypersonic missile, the Fateh. This milestone achievement has caught the attention of the international community because hypersonic missiles are technologically challenging to produce, with only Russia and China having successfully developed them so far, leading to skepticism about the actual capabilities of Iran's newly announced missile. In our previous videos, we have covered the development and deployment of hypersonic missiles, discussing notable examples such as Russia's Kinzhal missile used during the conflict in Ukraine and North Korea's tests of their own hypersonic missiles in early 2022. Against this backdrop, let's take a closer look at Fateh's capabilities, separating factual information from potential propaganda. The Fateh missile, as stated in a press release, has a declared range of 1,400 kilometers and a maximum speed of Mach 15, equivalent to around 18,000 kilometers per hour, or 15 times the speed of sound. Iran's supreme leader referred to the development as a notable victory for the Islamic Revolution. The Fateh missile is said to have a movable nozzle and uses powerful propellants, allowing it to move easily both in and out of the atmosphere. As a result, the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Force made bold claims that the Fateh missile cannot be destroyed by any other missile and is capable of penetrating all anti-missile shields. However, this is simply not true, as even hypersonic missiles can be intercepted, although it presents a greater challenge compared to traditional aerial threats. Hypersonic missiles can travel at incredibly high speeds, but most importantly, hypersonic missiles have the ability to follow an unpredictable trajectory after re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, making them harder to detect by radar systems and more challenging to intercept with defense shields. Different types and designs of hypersonic missiles can vary in their maneuvering capabilities. So, while Iran may possess a hypersonic weapon, the actual threat it poses depends on the specific missile's maneuverability information that is currently unavailable. The authenticity of Iran's alleged hypersonic threat has raised skepticism among experts. The available video footage of the Fateh missile lacks substantial evidence to verify its capabilities. The video initially displays a camera mounted on the missile, but later transitions to animated sequences depicting its expected behavior upon leaving and re-entering the atmosphere, showing no tangible threat of a true hypersonic missile. Some experts also question Iran's claims due to their tendency to prioritize propaganda and strategic communication over actual performance. Developing a hypersonic weapon is known to be challenging and costly, as evidenced by the difficulties faced by major powers like the US, Russia, and China in their respective tests. Recent incidents, such as unsuccessful Russian launches of hypersonic missiles in Ukraine and a few reported interceptions by the American Patriot system, contribute to the skepticism surrounding Iran's claimed hypersonic capabilities. On the other hand, Tal Inbar, an independent expert with 25 years of experience in monitoring missile and UAV programs, argues that the images and video provided by Iran demonstrate the presence of a true hypersonic missile. However, he notes that this particular missile differs from the classic hypersonic weapons, such as China's DF-17 for example. As it seems, Iran has adopted an innovative approach by placing the hypersonic capabilities on top of a solid rocket motor within a re-entry vehicle. This design overcomes the issue of losing velocity and altitude when re-entering from space without passing through the atmosphere. Inbar acknowledges this as a major technological breakthrough by Iran and considers the threat to be real. He emphasizes that Iran's missile program has a history of accuracy and transparency without exaggerating capabilities in range and speed. In any case, Iranian claims should be approached with caution rather than outright dismissal. Now, let's see what the deployment of the Fateh means for the region, and especially for Israel. Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates possess the US-made Patriot missile defense system, while Saudi Arabia and the UAE also utilize the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, effective against short and medium-range ballistic missiles at higher altitudes. THAAD made its combat debut in January 2022 when it intercepted a Houthi missile targeting the UAE. The Patriot system is potentially capable of intercepting the Fateh missile, although uncertainties remain due to limited information. Reports from Ukraine indicate that the Patriot successfully shot down Russian Kinzhal missiles, similar to the Fatah in terms of high-speed maneuverability. However, instances in Saudi Arabia revealed that Patriots failed to intercept certain missiles launched by Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, despite their lack of sophistication. The success of a missile defense system depends on factors such as its positioning, radar orientation, ability to detect low-flying missiles, and the intensity of a missile barrage. But the improved relations between Iran and its Arab adversaries in the region have diminished the potential for conflict in the Persian Gulf, leaving Israel as the state with heightened concerns about Iran's new missile capabilities. Just a few weeks after Iran announced their deployment of Fatah, Israel unveiled its new hypersonic interceptor, known as Skysonic, which is specifically designed to address the emerging challenge posed by hypersonic missiles. Let us know in the comments below if you would like to see a dedicated video on Israel's new interceptor, referred to some as the world's first hypersonic missile interceptor. And, as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content.